Qatar's Prime Minister said on Tuesday that Israel must engage in a time-bound process to work with the Palestinians on a two-state solution, while opening the door to relations with Jerusalem if Israel is truly committed to a Palestinian state. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani also revealed that negotiations for the release of hostages abducted from Israel by the terrorist group Hamas were continuing, accusing Israel of a general attack on the Gaza Strip, and believed that an end to the war would only be resolved in Gaza. A problem. Bringing a wider region back from the "upgrade everywhere" limit. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Al Thani called on the international community to block an Israeli-Palestinian agreement on a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. "It has to be time-bound and it has to be irreversible," said Al Thani, who is also the UAE's foreign minister. "We cannot leave it to the Israelis." But he also raised the possibility of normalization, saying a process with the Palestinians would bring the region closer to Israel. "We are all ready to lend a helping hand and reach a peace agreement with Israel if Israel is willing to truly engage in a process that ultimately leads to the creation of a Palestinian state," he said. Al Thani added that without a viable, sustainable two-state solution, the international community will not be willing to finance the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. Doha is a key figure in the reconstruction of Gaza after the 2014 war and continues to support the Gaza Strip's fragile economy with regular injections of hundreds of millions of dollars. "We have to figure out how to end the war as soon as possible, how to release the hostages and the Palestinian prisoners in Israel, to solve the problem in the West Bank," he said. But Al Thani, who played a key role in indirect talks between Israel and Hamas aimed at freeing about 250 people kidnapped in southern Israel on October 7, said talks on a hostage truce have taken place a lot. Difficulties. He took aim at Israel's offensive in the Gaza Strip, which aims to eliminate Hamas after the October 7 massacre, when the terrorists invaded Israel and killed around 1,200 people, most of them civilians. "Gaza no longer exists. I thought there was nothing," he said. "There was carpet bombing everywhere." Qatar's Prime Minister also criticized US and British military strikes against Houthi rebel positions in Yemen to stop a series of attacks in the Red Sea that have disrupted global trade, and warned that unless the fighting in Gaza ends, the conflict will continue to spread. "We need to solve the main problem in Gaza to prevent everything else. If we only focus on the symptoms and don't address the real problem, the solution will be short-lived," he said. "What we are facing now region is the reason for the escalation of tensions everywhere," Al Thani added. He accused Israel's extremist government of blocking the path to a two-state solution. "Without a government and politicians in Israel who believe in peaceful coexistence, we cannot achieve a two-state solution, and we cannot allow this to continue without an end to this war," he said. But he also said that Hamas, which rejects the existence of Israel, cannot be expelled from the Palestinian political system in the same way as Israeli targets. "The Palestinians are the only ones who can choose whether to include it in the resolution," he said.